Hey, how's everybody doing out there? I hope everybody's doing good. Um, I had a revelation, or really a remembrance, if I'm being honest, not necessarily a revelation. Um, One thing I remember, and this is for all my believers out there, this is for all my followers of Jesus Christ, all my people who are on the path in his will, with his spirit, connected to God. This is very important, very significant, very crucial, but very, very important. Um, I remember when I had my first encounter with God. I had my first experience with God, and it was such a powerful experience. It was such an amazing experience, and it had such an effect on me that um, that my spirit was different. It was almost, as the Bible says, our body is a temple. It was almost like my temple was sanctified. My temple was anointed. My temple was holy. My temple was divine. My temple was cleaned, cleansed, whatever you want to call it. And one thing I did not know, I used to be very naive. I used to be very, what's the word? Very naive. I used to be, sometimes I could be a little passive, and it's not because I don't recognize it. It's kind of because I give people the benefit of the doubt. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, which is okay. But I'm starting to realize that you gotta really test. Like, you gotta be on guard. You know what I mean? I'm realizing you have to be on guard. But for all my followers out there, I want y'all to understand, if you are with God, never leave from God. If you are in God's presence, if you have God's spirit, if you are connected to God, never leave God. Because just as much as the devil preys on those that are not connected to God, and that are not attached to God, and that are not in God's presence, how much more does he wait? How much more would the enemy wait and anticipate and literally stalk those that are connected to God? I believe this is why a lot of people who have been anointed, who have reached high places, who have started their ministry and have reached and reached so many heights, who have literally um, you know expounded on the gifts and miracles that God has given them. A lot of people don't realize that when you are on the mountaintop, the devil awaits the time, awaits for the time that he can get to you. One of my stories was, at this time, I was holy in a way. And I totally realized that I was trying to do things that I used to do that I had stopped doing, simply because I wasn't that man anymore. I wasn't that person anymore. And usually, if you know better, you should do better. And usually, if you're a different person, you do different things. Like, if you're a doctor, you do different things. If you're an engineer, you do different things. A teacher, you do different things. A job title requires different things. But I had gotten to a place where I was doing things differently for God, but I tried to go back. I tried to go backwards to reach people. And I went down to their level. I found myself doing things that I once used to do. And I realized shortly thereafter that I was not supposed to be there. I was not supposed to be doing that. And I was not supposed to be um, engaging in that activity. You know, the old saying is birds of a feather flock together. Another saying is, um, you know, you have to be careful with the company you keep around, and I can go on and so forth. But I want people at high places to understand that if you have momentum, if you're flowing with God, if you're connected with God, if you're walking with God, don't stop your walk with God. Continue to move forward. And what a lot of people don't even realize sometimes is that it gets easier over time. I think when you first start, it can be a little, it could be a struggle. It could be some trials. It could be some tribulations. It's a struggle to get there with God. You know, it's a struggle to get in line with God, to get rolling with God. But when you do, it's actually easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. But there's always a thin line between love and hate. So don't cross that line. Stay walking with him. Stay close to him. Stay in his good graces. Stay connected. Keep growing. Keep maturing. Keep developing. Keep sharpening. Keep enhancing. And stay connected to God.